Hello, friends, and welcome. You are watching episode number 2 of our Oxygen Not Included Gasping Rock Let's Play. My name is Sean, and I'm glad that you're here with me this morning as I play some video games. When we left off, well, things were just getting started, weren't they? We didn't have a whole lot going on. Oh, look at that. We are up to 4 dupes here, so I must have, I guess I got Rasta in there at the end of that last episode. So I need to update my list for who's going to go in, but that's not really relevant to what we're doing right now. What are we doing right now? Well, I'm trying to get... dang it, that sand. Where did that sand come from? Like, it didn't... What? Doesn't make any sense. It didn't fall from up here. Maybe, I guess maybe it did. But I don't like that because that didn't displace the water, so that means we lost some water, unfortunately. It's frustrating. I mean, you know, it's a bug. So what are you going to do? Can't stop the game from having bugs, I guess. What else did I do? Oh, I adjusted the audio again. I'm always fiddling with the audio on this. I just want to make it as good as I can for you guys. But I adjusted it to be a slightly higher bitrate recording, so hopefully that doesn't cause any unexpected problems or, I don't know. I mean, that's all I'm really worried about, is that it's going to cause some sort of problem that we wouldn't expect. So let me know if you hear anything weird. I'm going to try to, you know, like check on it myself, so... That's it. That's all I got to say. That's it. See you guys. That's the episode, minute and a half. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to go on for 25 minutes as usual here, and I will try to think of something to say for most of that. It was, what game was it? Oh, it was in the Factorio, so I could probably talk about all that stuff in this episode because nobody watches the Factorio series. I was talking about how I enjoy a lot of canceled after one season TV shows. Currently, I've been watching The Grinder, which is hilarious. It's available on Netflix streaming, at least here in the United States. So if you like kind of dumb comedies like Parks and Recreation, like dumb/smart comedies, which is a weird thing, but you know, it is what it is. If you enjoyed Parks and Rec, you would love The Grinder. It is so funny, and it kind of makes fun of television in general. Basically, it makes fun of like procedural network dramas and just kind of how corny they are and how like ratings obsessed they are in a way. Definitely a great show. It's hilarious. Rob Lowe and Fred Savage, as well as I can't think of the lady's name, but she's really good too. The wife, Fred Savage's wife. Actually, just everybody in that show is great. There's a dumb guy that's hilarious. I love dumb guy characters. Of course, a lot of them are kind of dumb. Actually, yeah. Oh, shit. Instead of talking about TV, how about let's worry about getting some oxygen in. I have plenty of algae, so we will start with the basics. Burning algae. I know it's not really the best approach, but it is what we have available at this time. So we want to go with algae deoxidizer. That is the one that is the least water, that uses the least water, and that's kind of an important thing to have. I can go ahead and unpause it at this moment, and we will run the oxygen down there and get that set up. And hopefully nobody dies before that happens. I kind of spaced off. So busy talking about how great the Grinder is. But yeah, check that out if you can deal with a show that was canceled after one season, didn't quite get the ratings it deserved. And I thought maybe there would be hope for like it returning to Netflix or something like that. But unfortunately, Rob Lowe has gone on to, he's doing like NCIS or something like that now. So it doesn't seem like he would want to quit his new job to go back to doing a Netflix show, which is a real shame. And the show wouldn't work without him, you know. I'm not like a huge Rob Lowe fan or anything. I like him well enough. He was good on Parks and Rec. But you know what I mean? Like, he's the main character, and yeah, the show wouldn't work without him. But anyways, if you can deal with that, you should watch that show because it is so funny. There's a guest star that comes in and kind of takes over the old TV show, like the Grinder's old TV show. I don't know. I could spend this entire episode talking about the Grinder. It's just basically what I'm watching right now. whatever I'm watching at the time, I could spend all day talking about it too. If you like foreign, oh, okay, no, those guys are constructing. I was like, those guys shouldn't be making art. There should only be two artists right now, but they're not making art. They're just putting together the framework for it. We really need to get that oxygen flowing through here. And I mean, it is flowing through here, and it'll get up here eventually. We've got a lot of, so that's all CO2 down there, and what are these guys stifled? We've got all that CO2, and none of it is making its way down here. Shit. So I guess we probably ought to set up the microbe musher, because we will need that eventually. Let's set it up here. I'm not sure that our starting area that I've kind of outlined is going to be enough for the long term, but we can expand up here a little bit, and we can always expand over into here. And I do think like this larger area should be enough long term. One of the Let's Plays I've been watching of this, this guy Gray Still Plays, he has gotten the craziest, like he had like the luckiest roll I've ever seen in this, because he is just surrounded by water. There's so much water. He's like 120 days into his Let's Play, and he's still got like huge untapped resources of contaminated water, and he's still got untapped resources like this of fresh water. It's pretty ridiculous. But he does have some interesting ideas that I've gotten from watching him, so I'm trying to implement some of those. And of course, Hello Lacey, I think is her name. She's got a lot of great advice. I haven't really watched any of her Let's Plays, but I've watched a lot of her tutorial videos. And I watched a little bit of Skystorm's Let's Play, and a little bit of Ajax, the guy with the red dragon for his thing. I don't know, who cares? It's not really important to just do random, or you know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean or not. Let's get some research, and that'll divert me from my mindless random chatter. What should I focus on here? I mean, getting an airlock, just a generalized airlock, is probably not a bad idea, and that's under sanitation. That will also get me the air deodorizer, which is something that I'm going to want to have. Good batteries wouldn't be so bad either, but let's do sanitation services first, I think. So we'll go ahead and close that down. So we've got research going. We are going to need to set up the Advanced Research Center here before too long. Keeping an eye out. I'm going to definitely want to recruit one more dupe, but I want to wait until we get somebody that is like impressive and like really, really worth recruiting. I don't want to just like recruit some random dupe and bring them in just because we can. So definitely want to keep that in mind. How are things looking decor-wise? Is it the light bulb one? Nope, that's the light. Temperature, power grid. Ah, it's on with the little plant. Alright, now, things are okay over in this area. If I were to put some statues in there, it would definitely boost up the decor for this part. Now, this is putting out contaminated oxygen, right? That's not really a problem, especially once I get the thing going. I don't need to turn this on yet, but I've got a bunch of idle dupes. I don't know why. I guess I do know why, because I need to take some of that out, and I need to put a ladder there. All right. I was gonna say I don't know why they're not digging that out, but answer, problem solved. I guess I could dig out, like I'm definitely going to need to dig this copper out. That's going to be important. I'll dig that copper out as well. We'll put tile floor there in a bit. And I don't need to, but I'm going to dig out this stuff. I should start with that sand so it doesn't fall down and displace my water. Or not displace my water, which is actually the case, as I keep mentioning. We will throw a massage table down. I don't know, I mean, we want it to be in a nice area. I guess we could put a statue next to the massage table, and that would make the place look a little nicer. Alright, let's see if we've got a super dupe coming through. No. This one's okay, but it's not fantastic, and we really want somebody who's great. So one or two more, and then we'll have to close off recruiting entirely. Now we can mine through here. That'll bring the water level down a little bit. And actually, it's going to probably pop through over into here, regardless of what we want to do. It'll break through that algae. Maybe I should mine that algae first before I make room for it to break through. I feel like when it breaks through, it probably pushes the algae in, and I'll still be able to get it. But I don't, I don't want to risk not getting the resources that we might need. Let's see who needs a massage here. Draconic Rose. Oh, I see. All right, Your Majesty. We'll get you a massage. Although it'd probably be nicer if you had finished building your statue right next to your table, so you could enjoy it while you're getting your massage. But that's all right. Your loss. And your friend Smith will come over and take over. Looks like we're almost done. We're going to get a mediocre statue. I haven't seen anything nicer than the mediocre ones. I'm sure that there's excellent or masterpiece statues out there, but I haven't seen it. Speed it up a little bit for the nighttime. I kind of want to try to expand horizontally instead of vertically. Everybody I see goes up and down, going side to side. Like, wouldn't that mean that there's better chance of getting water? I don't know how the resource generation works in this game, really. And why would I know? I mean, the game's only been out like a month, not even a month, a couple of weeks. All right, so we've finished that research and we're starting up on the next one, which means I'm going to need to have a better research station set up, which is a supercomputer. So we'll set that there, run some power over to it, like that, electrical wire. There we go. We're going to mine out this algae so it doesn't get lost. That'll open up that oxygen for us as well. I think we'll be able to mine that algae too. Doesn't actually, it's blocked because that other algae is in front of it, not because I can't reach it, I don't think. How is the oxygen looking? It is, I mean, it's slowly getting up here. It's doing pretty good on this level. And it's making its way up here, so I guess I don't really need to worry about it too much. Filling up this area for reasons that are kind of unfortunate, but can't help it. It'll be nice to be able to turn these ladders into grounds so I can, or into tiles so I can start planting the plants on top of it. That is really going to fill up with oxygen pretty quickly. Ah, look at that. It stops outputting oxygen as soon as it reaches the correct pressure. That's good to know. All right, you should be just automatically. Why do we have to set that? That seems kind of ridiculous. There's only one option, and who wouldn't do it indefinitely? I guess there could be somebody, but it doesn't seem sensible that you would set that to anything but indefinite. All right, let's start tearing down this wall, and that will actually, just tearing down this piece right here should lower the water to where we can build our tile pieces across it. But actually, let's go ahead and tear that one down as well. It's going to kill that plant, but oh well, I don't care. Oh, that skill increase sound always sounds like we're getting another duplicate. All right. Now we can start tearing. Let's let the water get down a little bit, but then we can start tearing some of these down. There we go. Doesn't look like there's any water there anymore. I'm not sure. What do we need that water for? The food? No. Oh, for research. Oh, I forgot we use water for research. All right. If that's how you're going to be. May as well get those out. And honestly, those. Why not? Now, that's weird. Why didn't I do those as well? I thought I did, actually, but I guess I didn't. we still have 14,000 food. Where? It's not inside there, is it? 13. Okay. If you insist. Food. Planter box. There you go. There's another one. Oh, cool. Bedtime. Speed it up a little bit. Get all of our dupes to sleep. Oh, I thought that's it. Ah, those sounds. Those sounds are killing me. That's okay. We can still speed it up. And we'll still leave it sped up until they get to sleep. Plumbing is saying that they have some new items. Well, I know that. That's the liquid pumps, right? Well, that's not going to do me any good, though. We're not going to have any liquid pumping around at this time. We could put some more statues down, I suppose. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet. Get down here and get these plants, I guess. Contaminated water. Yeah, it's all contaminated water. Is my research focus the thing that will give me the air pressure doors? It is. Great. Very good. Because that's what I want, is air pressure doors. So we're going to put a tile there, and actually we'll do tiles like that. So we'll put an air pressure door there, and then that'll let us explore over this way. And we should actually get this side set up so we can do air pressure doors there and explore that way as well. One thing I noticed is that if you have the air pressure door next to the stairs, or next to the ladder, they will open up, like, the dupes will be further away when the door opens up, so it stays open longer while they finish climbing up the ladder and going through the door. So I always like to have that tile that they can stand on before they open the door. Maybe it's unnecessary, I don't know. I mean, if you're going to have an air pressure door, you probably want it to work as efficiently as possible, right? To be honest, I should do air locks where there's two doors and they have to go through both, and that would help control the flow of the air. But I'm not gonna go to that extent. All right, there's another one. There we go. Plant that. Let's slow it down a little bit, more reasonable speed. And now we can get rid of those ladders and start running. Uh-oh, that guy's trapped. I don't like that. Oh, give me a break. There we go. Cancel that. And is he going to build the ladder for himself? Good job, buddy. Rescue yourself. That's how life is in modern times. Modern America, you're responsible for your own rescue. Nobody else is going to come rescue you. Put your hand down. There's no handouts here. Tile over to here so we can continue building like that. Don't really need that ladder anymore. I do like that you get all of your resources back when you build something. Oh, looks like we've completed our research. So what's our next research project? It is good to be able to do that, biodistilling and so forth. Pressure management is pretty useful as well, but you know, the one that advanced filtration is super useful. I should probably focus on the, you know what I mean? Like, I need gas piping before advanced filtration is going to do me any good anyways, so. Try to go about it in an orderly fashion. I love how I almost left that guy stuck on that oxalite again. That would have been funny. Also, is the research that I'm doing now the one that gives me gas permeable tile? I think it is. Gas piping, okay, good. Yeah, gas permeable tile is pretty useful too for letting the gases flow around, keeping the oxygen. Like, we've got a lot of oxygen down here. We'd like to get it up to here. I'd like to get this oxygen from here up a little further. Let's go ahead and shut this off for now. I think that we can save some electricity and save some algae. Oh, that's, you know what I mean. It's not really saving it because we'd end up using it eventually anyways, but um, I'm gonna put a deoxidizer right there, I mean a deodorizer right there. I want to have my manual airlocks there and there, so then we can start exploring, seeking out new life forms and new civilizations. Well, some life forms anyways. It'd be cool to, I think I already talked about that, it'd be cool to get some of those hatches, I think they're called, and have them start recycling some of our clay and other nonsensical bits that we don't really need. Speaking of nonsensical bits that we don't really need, I'm kind of running out of room for stuff, aren't I? So let's build another storage thing. I mean, we can build a few more. Why won't it build one there? That's weird. Okay, though. And then we'll build a couple over here, too, for first. Yeah, I won't build on that one either. Is it there's just too much junk in the way or something? Doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, I won't worry about it. It's a new day, a new dawn. Cycle 9 has started. Colony's looking pretty good. I still didn't, well, of course I didn't really take much time to try to figure it out, but I still didn't figure out how to take a screenshot without having the UI in the way. Not that that's really a big deal to you guys, but it's kind of a big deal to me. Just it looks nicer to have the thumbnail not have the UI there. Alright, this is filtered medium over here. This is organic. Organic. And so I don't know why this is sitting next to the filtered medium. It should be sitting next to the organic. Or down here by the restroom. And this will be... what do I got all this stuff sitting around? That's dirt. We'll make that cultivatable soil then, so we can clean that up. Once again, I don't know where that sand, I guess the sand, oh, must have come from there. See, that one makes sense. The sand that was down here didn't make any sense. I don't know why that ladder got torn up down there, but we might want it back. I am definitely going to want this copper and so forth. We're going to put a tile there. May as well, I'm not thrilled about mining into that vacuum, but we're going to have to do it eventually. So we may as well do it now, or when they get around to it. And we can turn the speed up a little bit. Feel pretty good about how this is going so far. I mean, yeah, I get it. We're only like 8 days in, so you know, don't pat yourself on the back there, Sean. Pretty hard to not survive 8 days in this game. But still, I'm feeling good about the whole thing. We're not wasting our time. Ooh, it's always fun to watch all the gas flow into that vacuum when we open up the vacuum. So I want to, oh, you guys are taunting me by leaving that diagonal wall there. There we go. Whoosh, fill it up. Cool, that was exciting. Aren't you glad I did that? Oh, research. We completed a research. So let's start up our next research. We've got gas piping. Do we want to focus on advanced filtration? It seems so early for that. Combustion wouldn't be a bad idea. I've never done fine dining. Is there a good reason to do fine dining? Like refrigeration, I don't know that I've ever seen food go rotten. I've never found any use for fertilizer. And a cooking station seems like a huge waste of time and food. Temperature modulation, never been very useful. I've never used the insulated stuff. Late in game, I might want to do that. Pressure management, of course, has potential, but I don't know that I've ever used any of those things. I've never used any of these med-bay stuff, although mesh tile has its potential uses. So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're almost done with our research already. I'll go with combustion first, and then we'll do advanced filtration, and then we're going to be done. But, you know, I want to finish the research before we start, like, seriously expanding, because then we won't have to worry about them spending time on research, and they can focus on growing and mining and whatnot. and we can start worrying about water and those things. But for now, we are going to call that the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed watching. As usual, I've had a good time playing. So, if you had a good time watching, then we both win. And if you didn't have a good time watching, then I don't understand why you're still listening to me talk. You should probably go watch something that you enjoy rather than watching me play if you find it boring. So I'm going to assume that you had a good time watching, so that's great. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. You guys, it's hard to explain how much I enjoy doing these and how nice it is that you guys enjoy watching them. So I hope you'll come back for the next episode, and if you do, I'll see you then. Bye!